In this video, let's talk about the return of Willie Jr., some minor roster moves, an updated injury report, a funny clip from Carr on his response when Davante Adams ran into Hunter Renfrow, even more rumors of Odell Beckham Jr. coming to Kansas City, and much freaking more. But first, how about those? What's up, guys? My name is Cole, aka the Royal Red-Bearded Legend, and I do daily news about the Kansas City Chiefs, so make sure to sub if you're new, hit that like button, all that good stuff, and let's get into this video, starting with an updated injury report from Wednesday, October 19th. Mike Dana, calf, Rashad Fenton, hamstring, and Joe Thuney, ankle. That's a new addition. Did not participate in today's practice, which Andy Reid confirmed himself during today's presser.
All right. As far as the guys that won't practice today, Mike Dana won't practice, although he's doing better. We're just going to hold him out. And then Thuney fits into that same category with the ankle sprain. So he won't practice today. We're just monitoring those two guys. And then Fenton won't practice with the hamstring. McDuffie will practice, and we'll just see how he does as we go.
Still not sure on McDuffie. So I think it's a matter of if they feel his hamstring is truly back to 100% or not, because if they do not, they may rest him Sunday and let him heal up until after the bye week, which gives him a couple more weeks of rest without potentially re-aggravating the hamstring. And then speaking of the bye week, Andy Reid still seems unsure about offensive tackle Lucas Niang and tight end Blake Bell, and says it's going to be sometime after the bye week until we see either of them.
Most likely it'll be after the bye, but somewhere after the bye. But they are getting better, and we just have to see how it goes.
So I don't really know what to make of that regarding Lucas Niang. Will we see him back this season at all? I'm not sure at this point personally, but even if he does return, will he be good enough to step in there and just instantly replace someone like Andrew Wiley right from the jump? I don't know. I'm not actually very positive about that at the moment. That's a big injury to come back from, so we'll definitely, hopefully, maybe find out soon. Blake Bell's recovery makes sense to me and why it's taken a while. He had hip surgery. I've had a couple hip surgeries myself, so I feel your pain, Blake Bell. Feel your freaking pain. It's going to take time. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, for the rest of the injury report, Bryan Cook was limited and is on the tail end, I believe, of clearing concussion protocol. He should be good to go for this Sunday against the 49ers. Everyone else fully participated today, including linebacker Willie Jr. He's back and working, though it seems Andy Reid isn't 100% sure yet if he will suit up on Sunday. You'd think he will, but he's been out for a month or so now, but he should play on Sunday. Let's not play around here and pretend that he should not for even one more second of this video, because we need that man on the field right freaking now. Another person we need out on the field, and we thankfully did see back out on the field last Sunday, was kicker Harrison Butker, who got injured week 1 on the opening kickoff against the Cardinals and their pathetic grass. Well, we have a good report on his ankle after him fully kicking for a game.
I'm good. I wanted to make sure I was able to play a whole game without getting any setbacks, and I was able to do that. So I was really happy with going in the game, kicking relatively well, and then waking up Monday still feeling good and ready for a good week of practice.
So great news there. Me like that. He also said he's changed up his approach to how he does kickoffs now, as there's no need to risk re-hurting his ankle again on a kickoff. So basically his kickoffs may no longer go through the uprights, but the majority should still be touchbacks. So that's fine with me. Just stay healthy, Harrison Butker, no matter the cost, because no more backup kickers, please. All right, a couple of small roster moves also happened this week. The first was cornerback DiCaprio Bootle. He was waived from the Chiefs' 53-man roster, cleared waivers, and per Matt Derrick of Chiefs Digest, he said cornerback DiCaprio Bootle cleared waivers today and has re-signed with the Chiefs practice squad. And by his count, that puts the practice squad back to 16 full players, but I'm not 100% sure if that is true now, because defensive end Benton Whitley was taken away from the practice squad as well. So after Willie Jr. was suspended, the Chiefs poached the former Holy Cross defensive end from the LA Rams' practice squad. He was on the 53-man roster in KC for a few weeks, but he never actually appeared in a game. The team then waived him a week ago today in order to make room for DT Taylor Stallworth on the 53-man roster and promptly re-signed him to the practice squad once he cleared waivers. And that, of course, meant he'd eventually potentially be poached by another team, and well, that did happen. The Minnesota Vikings announced on Wednesday that they'd signed him to the 53-man roster, so there you have it. DiCaprio Boodle added, Benton Whitley taken away. All right, next up, I want to show you guys a pretty funny clip from Derek Carr on a recent podcast about his end-game throw to Davante Adams, but Davante Adams wasn't there because he ran into Hunter Renfrow and boom, Raiders lose. Familiar story? Yeah, we know how that went, but the way he tells this in this podcast is worth the listen.
4th down, I'm about to throw Tay a touchdown.
Yes.
Same coverage as the first touchdown he had in the game.
Yeah.
Same coverage.
It was a touchdown for sure.
That man, the defense
At
coordinator
least-
said, engage 8.
And it worked. He did. Spags did it. You know?
Engage 8.
And, bro, the mic came free. Boom. I threw it. Bop. Got blasted. And I turned around. I said, where'd they go? Where'd they go? I did, bro.
Where'd he go? Well, he took that like a champ. Well, actually, he's the opposite of a champ, but he took it well, all things considered. Thought y'all may like that one. And let's move right along here. Chris Sims shared today about the Chiefs blitzing Allen and how he fared against the blitz versus no blitz, and y'all got to see this.
He was 20 of 24 when not blitzed, so that speaks to your point of they needed to do something.
They had
needed
to.
figure
They could
something
not
out.
sit back. He was going to carve them apart.
So he was 7 of 16 when he was blitzed, so that's
Right.
better if you're the Chiefs, but he did have 2 touchdowns also
Yeah.
against the blitz.
I know. That's again,
Pick your poison.
Pick your poison. Exactly right. And that's where I'm not going to sit here and fault the defensive game plan. They had to do this. This was out of necessity. This wasn't one where, you know me, I don't always like the over blitz team.
Yep.
But this is one where I go, they had to.
So the stats were certainly interesting, but they say basically when you go against someone as great as Josh Allen, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. And at the end, when he said they had no choice, he goes on to say that it wasn't going to matter because Josh Allen is that good and was going to make those throws regardless. But come on, just say it. They had no choice but to blitz Josh Allen because the D-line struggles to get home when you only rush 4. There, I said it for you. And someone else that likes to say things, sometimes it's a little wild, but at the end of the day, he goes to bat for the Chiefs, so here we go. Nick Wright says he's not a fan of Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen being compared as the next Tom Brady and Peyton Manning rivalry, and here's why.
Brady Manning was defined by you had the winner and you had the stats guy. You had the guy that won in the playoffs, the guy who won MVPs. Patrick Mahomes is the only one of the two that's done either. So Patrick Mahomes is Brady and Manning. Josh Allen, very good player. Very impressed by him. But I'm irritated by the whole narrative.
Now, I think he's being a bit petty and do think Josh Allen and Mahomes will be a legendary battle each and every game for years to come, but he has a bit of a point. Gotta win when it matters. And that's in the postseason. Bills are looking great and very well may get there soon, but it's over Mahomes' dead body first. Gotta beat him in the postseason. And speaking of dead bodies, let's talk about the Chiefs' offensive line for a moment here. All right, that was a bit of a harsh transition. It's not that bad. The interior trio is doing well, and the tackles are also have, been struggling a little bit lately. Listen to these stats I found from Sunday's game against the Bills. Andrew Wiley allowed 9 pressures to the QB, which ties a career high for him. Orlando Brown Jr. allowed 7 pressures to the QB yesterday, and that sets a career high for him in pressures allowed. And then Joe Thuney allowed a season high 5 pressures yesterday, and that is the most pressures he has allowed in a single game since 2019. So I think it's a combination of a couple of things. One, the Bills D-line is incredible, and Von Miller is that guy. Definitely a game changer. Chiefs versus Bills last week, 100%. And 2, the Chiefs O-line is struggling. In particular, struggling at the tackle position. I know Thuney gave up 5 pressures, but he hurt his ankle at some point in the game. Probably wasn't 100%, and that's why he didn't participate in practice today. I am a bit worried about that, to be 100% honest with y'all, and I hope he's okay because he's part of the line that is typically rock solid, and with him out, I'm worried. Him and Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith, those guys are the glue of the offensive line. But back to the tackles here for a second. The not so rock solid part thus far. Look at this stat about Orlando Brown Jr. that Devin Clements tweeted out today. Orlando Brown Jr. now leads the team with 22 pressures allowed and is on pace for the worst PFF grade of his career, 61.3. Well, that's not good. He's betting on himself this year, and I'm not 100% sure, at this point at least, that it's going to pay off for him. He definitely took the gamble, but Yeah, we'll have to see. But something that lots of people are wanting to pay off, without a shadow of a doubt, is Odell Beckham Jr. coming to the Kansas City Chiefs. I know I just talked about this in yesterday's video, but it doesn't end with yesterday's video. Lots more here, because today on Travis Kelce's podcast that he does with his brother Jason called New Heights, he talked about his contract restructure and the idea of OBJ coming on board to Kansas City.
It's a start to a move, right? Like you're freeing up cap space to be able to do something, right? Yeah, my agent just hit me up and said that, they want to free up some cap space. So I was like, I get the money now.
Seems like
I'll do that. Yeah, and it frees up cap space for us to get better as a team. I'm in.
So you cannot verify or debunk the rumors out there surrounding OBJ?
I want them to come true. I have not heard anything in the locker room or anything around the facility, but something's in the air for sure. And if it means OBJ, all right now.
That'd be good. All right. We can neither confirm nor deny, but we will speculate and look forward to seeing OBJ in a Chiefs uniform.
Well, that was definitely an interesting clip, and after this came out, Twitter once again went absolutely bananas about OBJ to KC once again. It got so crazy that people were tweeting, saying that Odell was here in Kansas City, photoshopping photos all over the place. Some people actually believed it and were going to the plaza to look for him. It was crazy. Anyway, aside from Kansas City going bonkers, there was more that was happening. Des Bryant himself tweeted out, "Bills or Chiefs?" And Odell said a scribble of emojis, which translates to, "I salute and love you for asking this question, but I have been instructed to keep my mouth shut until I officially sign a contract. Until then, I'm getting healthier and training as I prepare for my return." To which Odell said, "LOL, spot on" with that translation. So there you have it. Odell is not confirmed anywhere yet, but he's touring around and we'll have plenty of offers. Matt Verderam said, "I'm told the Chiefs are monitoring the situation with Odell Beckham, but nothing is imminent. Expectation is Beckham won't sign until after the trade deadline. Wherever that ends up being, my understanding is regarding Odell, there are a litany of teams worth watching, including the Rams, Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, Packers, Lions, Tigers, Bears." Oh my, I added the last few for dramatic effect, but you get the point. Long story short, OBJ will have no lack of options before signing. And then Aaron Wilson actually said this as well. "Chiefs regarded as strong contender for veteran free agent wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. per league sources, as he contemplates options, continues to make steady progress in his recovery from the torn ACL. Potential connection between OBJ and Patrick Mahomes is intriguing." Well, yeah, it's pretty intriguing to say the least. And that is why rumors continue to swirl. And while I do think it would be dope to have Odell here, I think the Chiefs have other issues to worry about. D-line offensive tackles as well as cornerbacks if they get any more injuries. But hey, if the shoe is red and gold and it fits, go ahead and wear it, Odell Beckham Jr., and let's freaking go. What do you guys think about all these continued tweets and rumors that are continuing to circulate about Odell to Kansas City? Is it just that rumors, or could there actually potentially be more to it? And if there is more to it, do you want him here? Do you want something else to happen? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let's fight about it down there like Bills Mafia does to their tables per usual. Make sure to sub if you haven't, like this vid if you enjoyed, and then leave a super thanks or bearded comment to potentially be featured in an upcoming vid or become a top tier member, part of the Redbeards like Cobra Kai Tai, Shelby Hanneman, Randy Moran, Austin Wall, and Britt freaking Lions. And don't forget to check out this video here, which is a film study on the Chiefs passing game versus the Bills from the homies over at RGR. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go. How about those?